Hey guys, so today I'm doing this project upgrading a service from 100 amps to 200 amps, but this is not your traditional service. So I'm in New Hampshire. We have this existing meter socket here. This is bent. The bussing inside is bent. You can't get it back in. Here's the SCR going into the house, completely corroded. But all the rain dumps off the house, lands right on this, and it's really taking a beating. And also, if you see the SE going up, the power lines go to a tree where they're supported and then to the street. So I was talking to Eversource. They want me to relocate the new meter right here. And then they're gonna actually take the SE cable up, run the peak over the window, and put the weatherhead up in that corner. But, so I've never done this before, but they want me to leave this meter here, pop one of the meters out, bypass it, and temporarily feed the new meter off of that, which is even easier for me. I don't have to run a PVC lateral or anything. Let me show you inside. This one's pretty bad. This is the worst basement I've ever had to work in. Just friggin' animals, absolutely soaking wet. I think there's fucking shit everywhere. But here's this old Pushmatic panel. And this is why I initially came here. Look at all these cobwebs. But this is why I initially came here. They had a circuit trip. They couldn't reset it because of the breaker. And this is what that other meter is. Up here it's common for them to have a second meter just for the water heater. But I won't have that anymore. So now that you've seen the before, let's see if I can clean this up. I friggin' dread working down here. Alright, so I've been working for a couple hours. I got the old Pushmatic panel out. Let's take a look in here. So I've got the panel off the plywood. I got all the wires pulled out, labeled everything what it is, 2-pole 20s, single pole 15s, yada yada. My only complaint is there was a few 2-poles that were not on 2-pole breakers. So when I went through to get the count of my breakers, I just looked at what they had. So I was ordering some single poles. So I'm gonna have to get some more 2-pole 15s. I'm not gonna end up using any arc faults if I'm not extending circuits. Just trying to keep the cost down. I made a pilot hole out here. Initially, I was gonna put a 2.5-inch LB and come into the bottom, but I was able to have the meter low enough to where I can come right out the back, which is always preferred. Here's the old 2-gang meter socket. I got the old SCR pulled out. They've got some Romex feeding off of this one for the water heater, but making good progress. Still got a lot of work left. All right, I'm making some progress here. I got the meter mounted, got my SCR into the house. I've still got a bunch of work out here, but I just wanted to get that meter mounted and get the panel up. All right, I put up a new piece of plywood, 3/4 inch sanded, and then I got my 200 amp panel up. I even put a main breaker panel in, just so they could shut the service off from in here. Look at that, right outside. Now it's time to start cutting down some circuits. All right, so I came back today, this morning, to sink some ground rods, finish the bonding. Here's the meter. This is all set. I just used a PVC bending blanket for this ground pipe. Made a little offset. Got that ground rod sunk over there, and now I am doing this one. A little over 6 feet apart. Usually I have the hammer drill attachment, but for some reason it is not in my van. So I'm doing it the old-fashioned way. It is pretty rocky out here. But we're making progress. Almost there. That one I did at more of an angle. This one is almost straight down. God, thing's gonna poke out in China. But we'll wrap this up. I got a number 6 wire, copper, bond this inner system bonding connector here so that the Comcast can bond their low voltage to it. Bond these ground rods with the acorns, and then go inside and bond the water.